Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to P4P TV. This is Michael and it's been a while, but I'm back! Marinating a fight so that it's just right before throwing it on the grill to watch it sizzle.
Nice.
It's crucial if a fight between two fighters with a genuine following is going to work, and Saturday the 22nd of April at the T-Mobile Arena in the city of Sin, Las Vegas, we'll see Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia get it on at the agreed catchweight of 136 pounds. I have no doubt that the gate will see great numbers on the night. I believe pay-per-view numbers will also see a lot of buys, because the fight itself is not just the main attraction, but the drama and behind-the-scenes shenanigans that has helped to shape the story of these two fighters' inevitable collision is the nice crunchy bit of crackling that serves to enhance the flavor when we finally sink our teeth into it come fight night. Gervonta Tank Davis is a 3-division champion and has held titles at super featherweight, super lightweight, and at 135 pounds, where he's the current WBA regular champion. The WBA regular is considered the lesser of the two WBA belts for that division, despite it reaching back further in history to the 1960s, with the super champion status emerging in the early 2000s. The latter belt sits with the current undisputed champ, David Haney, after he successfully unified all the belts after beating George Kambosos Jr., and then immediately and successfully defended and retained his undisputed status in their rematch. This is not a history lesson, but the difference in the perceived status of the two belts is the differentiating factor between Haney and Davis. What aligns them as pro fighters is the criticism that both fighters have thin resumes. For Davis, in the 28 professional fights, no losses or draws, 26 of those wins by KO or TKO. Names like Leo Santa Cruz and Yuriorkis Gamboa might have been more impressive a decade or so ago, but not so much when in the downhill slope in careers at the time that Davis faced them. The same criticisms have been made of Davis's upcoming opponent, Ryan Garcia. That's why I'm happy to see these two guys face each other. There's been a lot of smack talk. One just about mugged the other and almost snatched his neck chain. Both come with a huge following online and in the real world, and both want to shut the other guy up. The stakes are high for Davis and Garcia. It is true that claiming the scalp of the other won't exactly set the world on fire. Davis, who is older by 4 years and nearly 30, he won't get much credit for a win, but beating Garcia will settle who is the better fighter. Or will it? Garcia has had to make a lot of concessions, like agreeing to come to the scales at 136 pounds when he now struggles to make 135, and agreeing to a rehydration clause of 10 pounds. It's like Team Davis are not confident, and so are tipping the scales, so to speak. Still, it's an intriguing fight, but hearing Oscar De La Hoya say the winner will be the face of boxing.
What?
Or reading online this fight being compared to Hearns and Leonard or Arguello and Pryor. Or even that Davis is a future Hall of Famer.
You son of a bitch.
Is putting the cart before the horse. Both fighters need to be great before that happens, and I don't think we're there yet, particularly in Ryan Garcia's case. Ryan King Rye Garcia, or as I understand it now, it's King Ryan.
I beg your pardon, Your Majesty.
Is going into this fight against Davis on the 22nd of April with some noticeable advantages over his foe, such as height, reach, and speed. However, as noted earlier, the restrictions on rehydration and the catch weight itself will no doubt hamper any effectiveness that his perceived advantages would have had in the fight. It makes you wonder why Garcia's team agreed to the terms in the first place. Garcia has explained that if he didn't accept those terms, then it's very likely that the fight might not have taken place. Further, to play devil's advocate, Garcia is much larger than Davis, so to ensure that Garcia doesn't come into the fight with too much of a size advantage, which can translate into greater power, Davis had to put in place some sort of safeguard. Fair enough, but to reiterate, a victory for Davis over Garcia, to my mind, isn't going to earn Davis a whole lot of praise. The opposite is true for Garcia though, and a win for Garcia will be seen as a step up in level of opposition. In 23 fights, all of them wins by 19, coming by way of knockout or TKO. Garcia has progressed through the ranks and fought in divisions ranging from super featherweight at 130 pounds up to super lightweight. I thought his wins against Emmanuel Tagoe and Javier Fortuna, his last bout, were good introductory bouts against experienced pros in a new weight division after moving up to 140 pounds. The move north in weight class saw Garcia reunite with Hall of Fame trainer Joe Goosen, who had worked with Garcia earlier in his life. But it was his last bout at lightweight against Luke Campbell for the WBC interim title that saw Garcia come up against his best opponent, if we're going to talk about opposition faced. Campbell had been in there with guys like Vasil Lomachenko and Jorge Linares. He lost both by decision, but in terms of caliber and effort, he certainly didn't disgrace himself. For as long as it lasted, 7 rounds, Garcia and Campbell was a good scrap until Garcia got him out of there. Garcia has improved under the tutelage of Goosen, but his inside fighting and footwork around the ring is what might still cause him trouble. Further, Garcia has proven he can recover from a knockdown, but against Tank's power, it will be a different story, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to sign up with LA Fitness in Florida and be 6'9's gym bro, because I can't imagine a safer place to be. But I can't help but see Garcia making a mistake somewhere in this fight, and Davis, who has shown himself to be patient and deliberate in waiting to capitalize on errors, punishing Garcia for his mistake and potentially in brutal fashion. Garcia can start fast, bank some rounds, as Davis does tend to start slow, but at some point Garcia will slip and Davis will be there waiting. I have Tank winning by KO somewhere between rounds 6 and 9. See what I did there? Remember to jab that like, share, subscribe and notification bell. Check out our Patreon page to become a Patreon family member where you'll receive some cool perks. If you're looking for some new threads, we've got t-shirts, hoodies, and much, much more. So head on over to our Michael Akobi P4P TV stores. They can be found on Redbubble and Spreadshop. Join me on my travels and head on over to my other YouTube channel titled Barefoot and Free. There you can follow me as I traverse the many parts of our planet and occasionally get into a spot of bother. Nonetheless, it's always fun and entertaining. If you're struggling with some of life's obstacles and challenges, my book How to Get Out of Life Traps might just be the answer that you're looking for to help guide you through the difficult times. It's helped many get past some of their darkest moments, and it might do the same for you. You can purchase it on Amazon, where you can also find a wide range of my other works. Those works include screenplay to book adaptations, a fairly unique concept, with genres covering comedy, heist and revenge, drama, supernatural and crime, if that's more your cup of tea. You can find them by following the link provided. Thank you for watching Pound for Pound TV. Please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates. See you in the next one.